growth mindset, resiliency, people to lean on. Like, what's the biggest, the best way to like get that growth mindset and to become resilient? And like, if you went back and obviously to talk to your 10 years ago, your same self, you'd give that advice, but like, what advice would you give them to actually, to give you to actually be resilient or to have the right mindset? Because it's easy to say it, but what are the tools that you need to do that?
Great question. I peppered in a few throughout there, and I think a mindfulness practice, very simply, is one of the most important. Just quote unquote, being present is such a big part of actually being resilient. Having a coach in some form, and whether that's this group like we've talked about with Forum, whether it's an actual executive coach or a leadership coach, whether in some cases, especially if you have actual mental health issues, it's a behavioral health coach or a therapist or even a psychiatrist. It's being able to kind of take care of that in a much more specific way. There's a lot of great books on the topic, of which Mindset by Carol Dweck is probably one of my favorites, and I think speaks to just the importance of a growth mindset. But then it's also, I think, it's this community that we're talking about. It's actually having other entrepreneurs that you can talk to and lean on, and they don't have to be in the format necessarily of a YPO or otherwise, but it's actually creating a space for that that's separate from work, that's separate from family, that allows you to have that honest conversation first and foremost with yourself, and gives you the space to you create the space to be able to do that. I think that's so critical, especially in a world where we're just always on and we're always on Teams or Zoom or the rest. You need to create some space in your life to be able to actually unplug and focus on those aspects of your own development.